Why do humans repeat the same mistakes for millennia? According to a 2,500-year-old secret science, Kabbalah says the answer lies in a hidden desire algorithm. And once you decode it, reality bends. Kabbalah isn't just ancient Jewish mysticism. It's a manual to hack reality. And today you'll learn 5 codes that will shift your life completely. Kabbalah, meaning to receive in Hebrew, isn't just philosophy. It's a living technology of transformation, passed down through generations of mystics. What makes it unique? While Buddhism teaches detachment from desire and Stoicism preaches suppressing it, Kabbalah reveals how to alchemize desire, because at the core of existence pulses a divine paradox. The very force that drains us is the same one that can illuminate worlds. This is Secret 1, the holy virus, will to receive as reality's source code. The mystics didn't call this world Olam Hasheka, the world of lies, for nothing. Instagram's infinite scroll, Amazon's buy now hypnosis, they're just counterfeit Kabbalah, a demonic mimicry of the soul's true purpose. Because the real will to receive wasn't meant to be a bottomless pit, but a sacred conduit. Picture a black hole not as a cosmic vacuum cleaner, but as a divine alchemist. Its event horizon isn't consuming light, it's transmuting it into something beyond physics. That's your soul's original design, not to chase satisfaction, but to become the crucible where desire meets divinity. Yet modernity hacked this sacred mechanism with the precision of a rogue angel. We've been tricked into worshipping the hunger while starving at the feast. Like a toddler chewing on birthday ribbons while the gift, an ancient key to the divine chambers, rots unopened beside him. Those dopamine hits, they're ghostly echoes of what the Zohar calls Ta'anug Elyon, the supreme pleasure that once made primordial angels tremble. That gnawing emptiness after your 3rd hour of binge-watching. That's not depression, it's your soul's immune system rejecting the forgery. But here's the secret they burned entire libraries to erase. Your most shameful craving is a fallen angel waiting to be redeemed. The same neurological wiring that makes you check your phone 87 times a day once propelled mystics into trances where time unraveled. Consider this. A 13th century initiate in Safed and a modern influencer both lie awake at night aching for more. One counts likes, the other counts the divine sparks in a drunkard's rant. Same quantum fire, opposite directions. For centuries, Kabbalists have understood what modern psychology is only beginning to grasp. Your desperate need for attention is actually your soul's hunger to witness divine light, twisted through the broken lens of social media. Those compulsive shopping sprees? Distorted echoes of a sacred ritual meant to receive true abundance. Even your most toxic relationships are shadow plays of the ultimate union your soul remembers but can't quite recreate. When these cravings strike, here's how to respond. First, pause. Breathe into the space between impulse and action and ask yourself, what deeper thirst is this behavior trying to quench? Is it connection, purpose, awe? Then redirect that energy. Transform the frantic scrolling into sending someone a genuine compliment. Turn the urge to consume into buying groceries for a neighbor in need. Exchange digital hunger for the grounding touch of bare feet on earth. This is the alchemy Kabbalah teaches. Your desire isn't the problem, it's the most powerful part of you. The same fire that drives a medieval mystic into ecstatic prayer drives a modern influencer to chase likes. The fuel is identical, only the direction differs. Your cravings are the engine of your soul. You've simply been feeding them the wrong fuel. And when you begin this redirection, when you start channeling that primal energy toward its true purpose, that's when the real transformation begins. The vessels start to crack, not from weakness, but because they can no longer contain the light you're finally letting in. But that's secret too. The breaking of vessels. Why your crises are actually healing. You've felt it. That moment when the universe reaches into your ribs and twists. The breakup that left you breathless. The betrayal that hollowed you out. The career collapse that made you question your worth. Kabbalah whispers a terrifying truth. That pain isn't random. It's ritual. Modern psychology might call it post-traumatic growth, but Kabbalah reveals the deeper current. Tikkun, the cosmic mending happening in your marrow. Every time you find yourself sitting raw-eyed at 3 a.m. staring at unsigned divorce papers, every time you watch the numbers in your bank account refuse to add up, every time you walk past the cafe where your best friend used to laugh with you, you're not just grieving. You're standing at the exact crossroads where the primordial vessels shattered. That anxiety clawing at your throat. It's not just fear. It's the sacred friction of two worlds grinding against each other. Olam Hazeh, this world of illusions, is crumbling around you precisely to make space for Olam Haba, the world that's coming. The mystics understood what we've forgotten. Breakdowns aren't failures of the system, they're features of it. The Zohar describes how these broken vessels became klippot, husks that now masquerade as your limits, your toxic patterns, your whispered "I'll never be enough." But here's the revolution hidden in the ancient texts. These fractures aren't your ruin, they're your reconstruction. Like kintsugi pottery, where the gold-filled cracks become the artwork's most luminous parts, your breaks are being reassembled into something stronger than the original design. So when the ground falls away beneath you, when the diagnosis comes, when the betrayal cuts deep, when the dream you nurtured turns to ash in your hands, remember, this isn't your undoing. This is you aligning with a 5,000-year-old repair manual written in the language of shattered glass and mended light. The pain isn't the enemy. It's the divine algorithm forcing your roots deeper into the dark so you can handle the radiance waiting to pour through you. Here's what to do when life fractures. 1. Don't glue the pieces back. The old shape wasn't working anyway. 2. Search for sparks. Every crisis hides a fragment of your unrealized potential. 3. Let the cracks breathe. What feels like falling apart is actually expansion. The mystics whisper, more light enters through cracks than whole windows. Your job isn't to prevent breaking, but to become the artisan of your own reassembly. And when you finally stop running from the breaks, when you stop calling them failures and start recognizing them as sacred geometry, that's when you'll hear it, the faint but insistent pulse beneath the wreckage, the nekuda, the point in the heart that never stopped beating. Which brings us to secret 3. The point in the heart. Your soul's silent cry. There is a place in you that no betrayal has touched, a chamber no loss has emptied, a frequency no disappointment has disrupted. The Kabbalists called it nekuda halev, the point in the heart. Not the physical organ, but the singularity where your soul remembers it's made of the same fire that lit the first "let there be." This isn't metaphor. This is physics of the highest order. That hollow ache after the party ends, the quiet desperation behind your polished LinkedIn profile, the way you can hold a lover and still feel galaxies apart. These aren't flaws in your design, they're homing signals. Your soul's way of reminding you, you are a stranger here, not in this world, but to the cheap substitutes for divinity it offers. Modern psychiatry has a name for when people feel this point's call but misunderstand it. Existential depression. That gnawing emptiness behind your achievements, the inexplicable longing during quiet moments. These aren't mental health symptoms, they're proof your soul remembers its origin. Science is catching up to what mystics knew. The heart generates an electromagnetic field 60 times stronger than the brain's. Quantum physics shows particles communicate instantly across any distance. Near-death experiencers describe this point as the only real part of me. The Zohar describes this point as the candle of God in the human spirit. Modern science might call it quantum vacuum potential, the infinite energy in empty space. Same truth, different languages. Here's how to work with your nakuda. When you feel that ache, don't distract yourself. This is your soul's GPS activating. Don't ask, how do I fix this? Ask, what is this pain trying to repatriate in me? This changes everything. What you call depression might be your soul's migration. Your loneliness isn't absence, it's presence of something too vast for small talk. The peace you seek isn't ahead, but already pulsing within the ache itself. That addict shooting poison, a nakuda so starved it's eating its own container. Your turn now. Place a hand on your chest, beneath the ribs, past the memories, under the armor. Feel it, that tiny, relentless pulse. Not a wound, not a flaw. The universe's original wireless charger. And when this spark connects with others, that's when the real magic begins, which brings us to Secret 4. Collective consciousness. Enlightenment is a team sport. Modern spirituality's most dangerous myth, the lone wolf's journey to awakening. We've been sold this image of isolated transcendence, the hermit in the cave, the solo meditator on the mountaintop, while Kabbalah whispers a radically different truth. Enlightenment was never meant to be a solo sport. Even Elijah needed Elisha. Even Moses needed Aaron. Kabbalah reveals an electrifying principle. There are dimensions of light that only ignite when souls collide. This explains why history's greatest mystical breakthroughs always happened in circles. The Safed Kabbalists of the 16th century didn't meditate alone. They formed chevrot, sacred study groups, where one man's question would trigger another's revelation in an endless chain of illumination. The ancient Jewish concept of minyan requires 10 souls to access certain prayers, not because of arbitrary rules, but because 9 brilliant scholars might strain for revelation, while 10 ordinary people aligned in purpose become a divine antenna. Even today's digital age proves it unconsciously. Why do mastermind groups outperform solo genius? Why do recovery programs insist on community? Because we're hardwired for collective awakening. Prophetic insights hidden in one's blind spots suddenly become legible to the other. Ordinary spaces, a subway car, a coffee shop line, momentarily transform into portals of holiness when these soul fragments recognize each other. Modern science is just catching up to what mystics knew. Princeton's Peer Lab proved group intention alters machines more powerfully than individual focus. The Global Consciousness Project shows human emotions synchronize random number generators worldwide. Quantum entanglement demonstrates particles communicate instantly across any distance. Here's the revolutionary truth your loneliness has been trying to tell you. That hollow ache isn't about lacking love, it's your soul detecting its estranged circuitry. Your deepest struggles aren't yours to solve alone, they're someone else's key waiting to be turned. The stranger who irritates you most carries the exact mirror your growth requires. When your spiritual practice plateaus, don't seek deeper solitude. Find your missing fragments. When synchronicities multiply, recognize your constellation is aligning. Your enlightenment was never just about you, it's about the sparks only you can gather for others. The Zohar states, a candle alone flickers, many candles together become sunrise. Your spiritual practice isn't incomplete, it's just waiting for its other puzzle pieces. And when enough fragments reconnect, when the scattered sparks finally recognize each other across time and space, that's when the final veil trembles. Which brings us to the ultimate Secret 5. Ein Sof, becoming bigger than your perception. Let me tell you about the most powerful force in existence, one you've felt 1,000 times but maybe never noticed. It's not love. It's not gravity. It's the quiet space between things. Kabbalah calls it Ein Sof, the endless nothing that's actually everything. Imagine you're holding a smartphone. The magic isn't in the glass or metal. It's in the invisible electricity flowing through it. Now think bigger. The entire universe is like that phone, and Ein Sof is the invisible current making everything work. You can't see it, but without it, nothing would exist. Remember the last time you felt suddenly peaceful for no reason, had a thought that seemed to come from nowhere, looked at the stars and felt both tiny and connected. Those weren't random moments. That was Ein Sof whispering to you. It's like when you're playing a video game and suddenly remember you're the player, not just the character. The real you, the endless, invisible you, is much bigger than what you see in the mirror. Here's the beautiful paradox. The more you try to understand Ein Sof with your mind, the more it hides. But when you stop trying and just be, when you let go of all your thoughts and worries, that's when it rushes in. Like when you're falling asleep and suddenly feel weightless, or when you're so absorbed in play that you forget time exists. The ancient Kabbalists said it like this: God is the space between spaces. Modern science proves it when quantum physicists say empty space is actually full of infinite energy. They're describing the same thing, the living nothing that births everything. You don't need to meditate for hours or understand complex theories. Just notice that quiet moment when your mind stops chattering, the sudden knowing that comes from nowhere, the love that feels bigger than your body. These are all Ein Sof showing itself, not as something foreign, but as the deepest, truest part of you that was there before you were born and will remain when everything else falls away. The final secret? You're not searching for Ein Sof. You're learning to recognize where it's already been looking out through your eyes all along. Breathe in. Now realize this. Every secret we've shared isn't really a secret at all. It's just you remembering what your soul never forgot. That itch you felt your whole life. That was Kabbalah knocking. Those midnight thoughts that won't quiet down. Your soul whispering its original language. Here's what changes today. That craving for more. It's not greed, but God's fingerprint on your DNA. The heartbreaks that cracked you open. They weren't punishments, but sacred geometry rearranging your bones to hold more light. The loneliness, even in crowds, that's not isolation, but your inner compass pointing toward the souls you're meant to collide with. The mystics were right about one thing we often get wrong. Enlightenment isn't about becoming special. It's about becoming ordinary in the most extraordinary way, like a single cell realizing it's part of a beating heart. Your move now. The universe has been waiting for this version of you to show up.